Have you ever felt like you're giving everything to someone, but they wouldn't do the same for you? Loving someone shouldn't mean losing yourself. When you prioritize their happiness over your own, you slowly disappear. A relationship should be a partnership, not a sacrifice. If you're constantly bending over backward while they barely lift a finger, it's time to ask yourself, where do you fit in this equation? Self-love isn't selfish, it's necessary. If you don't value yourself, how can you expect someone else to? When you put someone on a pedestal, you shrink yourself in the process. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect, not one person constantly giving while the other takes. If you're always the one making sacrifices, ask yourself, are they truly loving you back, or just enjoying the benefits? Loving someone more than yourself often leads to dependency. You start seeking their approval for everything, afraid to upset them. But what happens when they leave? If your happiness depends entirely on them, you'll feel lost. A strong relationship consists of two whole individuals, not one person completing the other. You are already complete. Don't let anyone make you believe otherwise. When you love someone more than yourself, you tolerate things you shouldn't. You excuse bad behavior, accept less than you deserve, and convince yourself it's love. But love isn't about suffering. It's about mutual care and respect. If you're constantly justifying their actions while ignoring your own needs, it's time to step back. Love should never come at the cost of your self-worth. Think about the energy you pour into others. Do you give yourself the same effort? You deserve the same love, patience, and kindness you give so freely. If you're always prioritizing someone else's needs over your own, you'll eventually burn out. A relationship should add to your life, not drain you. If you feel exhausted instead of fulfilled, it's time to reassess where your love is going. Loving yourself first sets the standard for how others treat you. If you don't respect your own boundaries, why would they? If you constantly put them first, they'll assume that's how it should be. But when you prioritize yourself, you teach others to do the same. A healthy relationship isn't about losing yourself. It's about growing together while maintaining your individuality. You are not responsible for someone else's happiness. It's not your job to fix them, heal them, or make them whole. If they rely on you for everything, that's not love. It's emotional dependency. A relationship should be about support, not saving. You deserve a partner, not a project. If you feel like you're carrying all the weight, it's time to ask yourself, are you in love or just afraid to let go? Love should never make you feel small. If you find yourself constantly apologizing, walking on eggshells, or suppressing your true self to keep the peace, that's not love. That's fear. A healthy relationship allows you to be yourself without fear of rejection. If you have to shrink to fit into their world, it's not the right world for you. Love should empower you, not diminish you. Your happiness should never be dependent on someone else. If you can't be happy alone, you won't be happy in a relationship either. True love starts with self-love. When you love yourself, you attract people who respect and appreciate you. But if you rely on someone else to fill your void, you'll always feel empty. Happiness is an inside job. Don't outsource it. If you have to beg for love, it's not love. Real love flows naturally. It doesn't require constant proving. If you feel like you're always chasing their attention, it's time to stop running. The right person will meet you halfway. You deserve someone who chooses you without hesitation, not someone you have to convince. Love should be mutual, not a one-sided effort. You teach people how to treat you by what you tolerate. If you accept being taken for granted, they'll keep doing it. If you always say yes, they'll never respect your no. Setting boundaries isn't pushing people away. It's protecting your peace. The right person will respect your limits. Love yourself enough to demand the treatment you deserve. Love should feel safe, not exhausting. If you're constantly anxious, overthinking, or feeling unappreciated, that's not love. That's emotional turmoil. A healthy relationship brings peace, not stress. If you feel like you're always fighting for their attention or approval, it's time to step back. Love should be a source of comfort, not a battlefield. You are worthy of love that doesn't require you to lose yourself. The right person will love you for who you are, not for what you can do for them. If you have to change, shrink, or sacrifice your happiness to keep them, they're not the one. Love yourself first, and the right love will follow. Never forget, you are enough, just as you are.